Hello, welcome back to the Drama Spot. It's Miss Liz, and I am here to talk to you about our core skill, resilience. Things that don't kill us make us stronger, right? Well, not necessarily. Sometimes we have our heart broken and we don't feel stronger after that. We feel more reluctant to let other people in. Sometimes we break a bone in our body and it is not stronger afterwards. We have to be very careful with it. And sometimes we get an injury that leaves us with chronic pain. We have a lot of experiences in life that are uncomfortable and painful and difficult. And often it doesn't make us stronger. It doesn't make us better. It damages, it hurts. But when we can come out the other side of those experiences better than we were, well, then we are resilient. When something difficult happens in our life that challenges us or hurts us, we have a choice. We can let it hurt us, let it damage us. We can move forward as if it didn't happen and remain the same as we were before. Or we can let that experience make us better. And that is resilience. If we are better than we were because we had that experience, that's the resilience that we're talking about. And resilience is not something that you either have or don't have. I don't know anybody who is resilient all of the time with all things. It's something that you develop like a muscle. And maybe you have some resilience around this skill set or this area, or in this particular moment, you're able to be resilient. But generally speaking, resilience is something that comes and goes, and you have sometimes and you don't have other times, depending on the situation. But the more you practice it and the more you flex that muscle, the more it will show up for you. There's a blog post and video that we have on practicing. If you haven't seen that, I'll link to it. Check it out. It talks about how we practice and why practice as a concept is important. And so this month with resilience, we will be practicing resilience. We will be finding ways and opportunities to allow our students to experience discomfort, experience challenge, experience failure, and then choose resilience. Choose being better because of that experience, not just enduring it, not just putting on a brave face and getting through it, but actually getting better because of it. There are a number of ways that you can promote this skill in your children at home and just as you move through life. With younger kids, I'm sure as parents you have encountered this before, but it really is true. Let them struggle. Let them fail. Be their safety net, their security to know that they are safe. But let them work on that jacket themselves, zipping it up. Let them try and fail at tying their shoe, at writing their name, at climbing the monkey bars. Let them fall as long as they're physically safe. Let them have these failures. And then encourage them to learn from that, to reflect, to see how, okay, so you tried that climbing those monkey bars and you didn't quite reach it. What are you going to do different this time? And in those moments where you do have to step in because you have somewhere to be or because they just can't do it and it needs to get done, reinforce this idea that they are resilient, that they do have resiliency, and help them see it in themselves. Hey, last time you couldn't even get those two pieces together in the zipper, and now look at you, you've got that part, right? You went through hardship and you're better, and now you're going through hardship again and you're going to be even better next time. Lay it out for them, help them see it. Some games you can play with slightly older kids. There's a great game that we love playing at the Drama Spot called Fortunately, Unfortunately. This is a great game to play on a long car ride or anytime that maybe the family is sitting around waiting in line at the grocery store, wherever. One person starts a story with a sentence, once upon a time there was a polar bear. And then the next person continues the story with a sentence that starts, fortunately. So once upon a time there was a polar bear. Fortunately, this polar bear lived in the North Pole. Then the next person says, unfortunately, and then continues the sentence or the story with the next sentence. Unfortunately, all of the ice was melting and the polar bear needed to find a new home. Fortunately, he was able to ride an iceberg to a new land. Anyway, the story continues on like this, going back and forth between fortunately and unfortunately. Another really fun game is Jenga, the classic tower building game where you knock it over. The whole point is to have it knock over. We have in our blog post linked below, we've got a lot of ideas for variations on how to play this game. But it's a great game to just play as is to build up some of that resiliency. Resiliency is such a great skill to have throughout your life. Any moments where you can be resilient and you can tap into that resiliency, it is an amplifier of all the other skills that you have. So whether you are very creative and you have resilience around your creativity, that's going to make you more creative. If you are working on your public speaking and you can be resilient around those failures and setbacks, that's going to improve your public speaking. Any of these skills, having resiliency improves them. It amplifies them, it boosts them. And so we are very excited to introduce our students and your kids to this way of thinking and the idea that difficulties and failures and setbacks don't have to set us back, that we can grow and learn and move forward through them. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.